Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about how you can manage tabular data in Dundas BI. And when I say manage tabular data, I'm really talking about filtering, sorting, and ordering table data. So let's get started. Now, the dashboard that we're looking at contains a table that shows class information for current 9th grade students, as well as their math recommendations from their feeder school last year. So let's get started. Now, at the top, you'll see these built-in filters that the developer has added. These are called member filters. For instance, feeder school, we can click the control there and say, I just want to see the students from Beardsley and Standard middle schools right now. And that's going to limit our table to just those feeder schools. Now, another example of sorting here is we can click on our sort control and say I want to sort ascending. So then you'll see those Beardsley students pop to the top of your list. Now if you'd like to turn the filter off, instead of clicking the control and unchecking each individual school that you had checked in the previous step, you can just click the triangle and click on all. It's a little faster and easier. And all member filters work the same way. Now you can also filter just by selecting a column header and going to the control, and let's say that we only want to see students for a particular teacher, so we can actually filter that list without having a member filter just by selecting the filtering control there on the column header. So once again, we'll click the triangle control, return that to all. So that's sorting and filtering. Now you can also arrange columns just by dragging and dropping them. So let's take the math recommendation, the GATE math recommendation, and we'll drag it over next to the teacher column. And you can take the math recommendation and drag that over and put that next to the GATE recommendation column. So you can do that at any time with any column. The other thing that's nice is when you have a table that has this many attributes, you can right-click on the header, select Show Columns, and maybe turn off a column that you don't need for this particular view. The column will remain in your table, you just won't see it while you're logged in this time. So lastly, I want to show you that you can display the table in a flat table method or a hierarchical method. Now we're looking at a flat table now. That just means there's no relationship built in between the different columns. If we right click and say display with row headers, that's going to show us a hierarchical view of all the attributes. So that may come in handy depending on what data you're looking at, and if that's not helping, you can collapse each individual value there. So for instance, you can show all the students for a particular feeder school. And you can right click and say display as a flat table to return to the flat table view. So those are some basics for filtering, sorting, and arranging data. Thanks for viewing.